Hi guys, today we're playing Joltik Box, and usually I don't do deck overviews, but since this is a box style deck, I figured might as well. So first of all, let's go from top to bottom. Iron Leaves EX is here for the Grass Week matchups like Garchomp and Zoroark. Wellspring Mask Ogerpon is for these evolving decks. For that early pressure, you can take two prizes very early. Joltik, of course, is our main accelerator, with that jolting charge allowing you to search for two basic grass energy cards and two basic electric cards and attach them to your Pokemon. You can use that to fulfill the colorless part of Torrential Pump, or mainly the Mega Kangaskhan's rapid fire combo. We'll get to that later. We have the Compound Eyes Galvantula. This is here as a single prize attacker for Crustle, and also, like Iron Leaves EX, an attacker for those grass weak matchups. We also have Galvantula EX, something I added for that charged web. It does 110, but it does 110 more if your opponent's active Pokemon is an EX. This is good for those Mega Greninja matchups and those Starmie matchups. We also have the ability to use Fulgurite since I'm playing Sparkling Crystal in this build, which can item lock, which can be good against Alakazam. If you're late game and you just need to stop them from getting an Alakazam in play, you can stop that Rick Candy. Pikachu EX is here just to do a lot of damage. With Light Ball, can do 350, and that's basically taking out anything in the format right now except for Mega Venusaur and things like that. Latias is here for a treat, but also if we really need to, we can use Eon Blade. And of course, Lillie's Clefairy is here for those Dragapults. Fezandipiti is not only here for its draw 3 flip the script ability, but also as an attacker, as we saw in NAIC finals, dealing 100 damage to a Pokemon, usually the bench. Mega Kangaskhan is here for the rapid fire combo, the ability to hit for sometimes, theoretically, always a knockout if you get lucky. Also that run errand for drawing 2 cards. And of course we have Meowth here just for some supporter search. Energy Switch and End's Plan. End's Plan is down here. We can use the Glass Trumpet combo to Glass Trumpet onto a Kangaskhan or Meowth, and then use End's Plan to charge up any of our attackers. We have one Poké Pad just for the searching of Joltik and Galvantula, since we really need that start. We're running on a 4 Pokégear engine because we don't really have too much draw other than Kangaskhan. Special Red Card for Disruption. Tera Orb can search out Galvantula, the Wellspring Mask, and Pikachu. If we really need to, Ultra Ball is here not only for Pokemon search, but also so that we can discard some energies so that we can use Glass Trumpet. Area 0 Underdepths is a good way to expand our bench and can help with the Clefairy numbers. Az's Tranquility is a very good heal, but also a switch. Sometimes we need to switch Mega Kangaskhan out of the active, but switch it back into it, and sometimes we need to heal our liabilities against things like Dragapult. We can also heal our Pikachu to reinstate the Resolute Heart. 3 bosses. Joltik used to run a lot of bosses just because of Iron Hands, but it's also very useful in here since we can boss up things like Fezandipiti and knock them out with the Charge Web, things like that. Brock Scouting is here over Cyrano. We only have 1 Cyrano, but we have 2 Brock Scouting, not only to search out Galvantulas, but also because with Brock Scouting, we can search out Joltik. So if we start with Latias, we'll need the Brocks for Joltik and Kangaskhan or Joltik and Wellspring Mask. It's a lot better than a Cyrano and not being able to get that Joltik start. 4 Crispin are also here for the energy acceleration if we can't get the Joltik up and running. 3 Lilies for draw, have End's Plan, the Light Ball for the Pikachu, Sparkling Crystal just to get more consistent torrential pumps, more consistent Topaz Bolts, the ability to use Fulgurite for 4 Grass Energy since we have Iron Leaves, 3 Lightning just for the attackers and because of Joltik, 1 Metal for Pikachu, 2 Psychic for Clefairy and Latias to attack, and 1 Water for Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. Let's get into some games. Alright, we do not get to choose the coin flip. Our deck does like to go second, just to get that turn 1 Jolting charge. Another reason why we run all that supporter search, so that we can get the Brock Scouting and Cyrano's, things like that, up and running. This is a pretty good deck for the format. Oh, we have 2 Joltiks. The reason why I think this deck is pretty good is because the meta right now is a go first meta, so being able to usually go second is very good. We're up against Typhlosion. This is a really bad matchup. Single prize decks are pretty bad matchups. But we do have Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, although I think everyone is running Shaman now. Something we can leverage is the single prize Galvantula. Although they are using Ho-Oh Sleeve, so they might just be playing a Ethan's Box. Although I think that's really unpopular. They can use Ember to knock out our Joltik. That's kind of sad. We don't have energy. If we get a Lillies, okay. This game is not going well. We can use a Brock Scouting. Get ourselves a Latias and a Kangaskhan out. Can also leverage that Pikachu with the Resolute Heart ability. Can stall for 1 turn while still being able to take a knockout, although that's like 3 energy to discard. Alright, we can grab a Galvantula. I think we might want to bench the second Joltik, but we have to pass. Okay, usually games are not like this. Usually I can get the Jolting charge set up. Let's see what our opponent has, though. This is not the best board, but with 1 Ethan's Adventure, they can set up a lot of their board. Yeah, 1 Ethan's Adventure, they can set up their Quilavas, they can set up the rest of their Cyndaquils. If we get Sparkling Crystal and Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, we can wipe out their Quilavas. It's not the best because they still have those Ethan's Adventure in their hand, but... Combustion for 40. That is pretty relevant because it now allows them to knock out our Kangaskhan with max Ethans in their discard. Okay. We can Ultra Ball. We won't be needing this Light Ball in the matchup. Also, no, actually Fulgurite could be useful. I think I'd rather discard this, though. An Ultra Ball. Find ourselves Wellspring Mask. Actually, we should probably make sure that we have the Water Energy or the Sparkling Crystal in deck. Okay. I think we should bench Pikachu. Use a Crispin. Grabbing. Sure, let's go with that. What I realize now with this hand is that we can use Jolting Charge to set up our attackers. This isn't the ideal start, but it's still pretty good. We'll spread it like that, so that we can attack with Pikachu next turn if needed. So if they attack, they use 1 Ethan's Adventure, it's 160, and they have the Shaman. That's not great. We can try to attack with something like a Pikachu, knock out that Shaman so that we can regain the advantage, but... This is a really rough matchup. Dusk Ball. What I realize is that this Galvantula will not be knocking out their Typhlosion. It will max do 130 damage, but because it does not have an ability, or Typhlosion does not have an ability, it will not be doing that 50 extra damage. Okay, something that I noticed, they did not get another Quilava. They could have prized it. They got 2 energies? Okay, they probably prized the Quilava. We'll run Errand, try to get that metal energy. It's not gonna work. Yeah, I think we retreat. And then we can Glass Trumpet onto our Kangaskhan. Then I think we can Lillies. We missed it. Okay. We are still stalling for a turn. We'll grab an ends plan. It's needed. I'll attach to the Kangaskhan because we can use that as an attacker. That's not great, whiffing the energy. I could have Brox to get a Fezandipiti if draw 3 was a better option. Actually, because they don't have a Quilava, it's not guaranteed that they have an Ethan's Adventure in hand. Which can also mean we can attack with Kangaskhan unless they have like Secret Box and Ultra Balls and stuff. They're running the Dunsparce draw engine. I do not run Team Rocket's Watchtower in this deck because of Kangaskhan and Meowth. I think our best bet is to actually energy switch Boss and attack the Shaman. They do have the Ethan's Adventure, which means that the risk of a 3-prize turn next turn is scary. They definitely prize 2 Quilavas. We know that for a fact. Just have to hope it's their last 2 prizes. I'm trying to think of the right thing to do here. I think we retreat. Actually, if we could dig for the AZ's Tranquility, we can heal this 40. Let's attach that there. Let's Cyrano. I think we grab 2 Meowths. Yeah, I think this is our best bet now. This is not a good matchup. Yo, Kangaskhan, chill. We don't need to do 300 damage. We need to hope they do not have the Ethan's Adventure in hand. Otherwise, like, there's nothing we can do. They did push up the Cyndaquil, which is a very interesting choice, especially since they had that Dunsparce in hand. Oh, they're gonna finish off our Pikachu. And they're gonna get that Quilava back. Oh, this isn't good. If I can find my red card, I can red card and boss knock out their Quilava. I think that's my line. They have the Night Stretcher for another Cyndaquil. We also kind of need to heal this Kangaskhan. I think we meow. Gonna do that anyways. Going to find the AZ's Tranquility that I prized. Well... okay, we might have to bench both Meowths just for thinning. I forgot about that part. You can only use one ability per turn. We're gonna run errands. Okay. Flip. Need red card. That's not red card. Tera Orb just for thinning since I have nothing in here. I guess we'll just have to go for... wait. Oh, I messed up. It might be harder for them to recover if I take out the Typhlosion. Did they use the ability last turn? They didn't use the ability last turn, so I should have gotten... okay. I messed up. It's attached to this guy. I could have actually knocked him out with this. Yeah, I just really messed up. Okay. Can knock out with Waterpond because of weakness. Actually, we could have sobbed the Shaman. But I have no Monkey Dory or anything for something like that. Okay, if we get lucky and they prized a Typhlosion as well. Yeah, we need that red card. Wait, what? Did they prize their Ethan's Adventure? They prized their Ethan's Adventure too. That's why they didn't use the ability. Okay. So if they don't get the Ethan's Adventure off these prize cards, Or we can... No, because they have the Quilava on the bench. Here, I can Pokégear to Thin. I can get Lilies. Run errand. Come on! Give me the red card. Oh, I actually missed the red card. Okay, wait. We can save this. We can save this. If I Night Stretcher for my Pikachu, put Pikachu down. How many cards do I have in my hand? We retreat into the Pikachu. We can Glass Trumpet. Bring back this. And bring back this. Then use End's Plan. And I force them to have boss for a game. I also only have like 2 turns left before I have to use Lilies, which means I don't have my supporter. They have Rare Candy Typhlosion. And they have the boss for game. Yeah, we need that red card. But it was in the last 2 cards of my deck. I mean, Ultra Ball could find a Pokemon. There's no Pokemon that searches for items. Okay, we're gonna choose Tails. Hopefully we don't go into another single prize matchup. And we do get to choose that we want to go second. Something I was thinking about adding in here was a Bianca's Devotion so that we could heal the Pikachu. And also maybe one of those Moltres for the Tail Masks matchups. What I noticed is that this deck is really good at swinging early, but it's really not that great at keeping the pressure going sometimes. We're playing against Mega Absol. Is this that Arboliva Absol deck that I saw on like For the Wins channel? What is this? Or is this Absol Box? What? Wait, we could theoretically win here. Okay, hold on. If we Pokégear... Okay, I don't think we can win anymore. I need Glass Trumpet, Crispin. Hold on. We Meowth. Meowth for... Got Broxa. Might as well just get Crispin. Wait, do we have energy in hand? Oh. Okay, that's something. Actually, let's grab a Lilies, because... Okay. We can Brox now, because we have the energy. Look for these 2, and just Jolting Charge. No, I need to bench Pikachu first. Do we have the Metal Energy? I'm really bad at prize checking. Okay, we have the Meadow Energy. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so my line to win there was Crispin, and Glass Trumpet. Crispin, Glass Trumpet, and Latias. Wait, no, I did not need Latias. If I had Crispin... Hold on. Crispin and Energy and Glass Trumpet. I could Crispin a Grass and Lightning or something. Oh, it's Greninja. It's Greninja Absol. Okay, oh, I think we win here. No, I did not grab the Crispin. If I have Crispin, we win. Hold on. Wait, we have Meowth. What am I doing? Meowth for this. Topaz Bolt for the win. They got donked. I also had Ultra Ball for the baby Joltik, or the baby Galvantula for knockout. We're gonna choose Tails. They got donked that last game. What was I saying? If I had Energy, Crispin Energy onto Kangaskhan, Ultra Ball away one, Glass Trumpet onto Meowth, then get the Ultra Ball grabs Iron Leaves Rapid Vernier, and Attach Return. If those were like 2 grass, then I would have had game, but that was a lot. I'm going first! No! This deck isn't too bad first, but I need the energy attachment. And we mulliganed. He also mulliganed. We also mulliganed. Again. No, I'm not. No. We're playing against Eden's Typhlosion again. I'm gonna get this one. We start with Wellspring. Just hope they don't get Shaman. That's the only thing I can do. They didn't start with the Cyndaquil. That's good. And Crispin. And we end turn. If they don't get a Cyndaquil setup, never mind. We're probably just gonna Lilies or something. We could go really aggressive, or we could be really consistent. I think we Brox. And then we get these 2. Or we get these 2. And then we will Jolting Charge. Hopefully I didn't prize any. Okay. Do have all the energies. I could have gone aggressive, but the thing is, I don't think that's very consistent. I probably should have attached more energies to the Wellspring here, so that I can Torrential Pump twice. And they have the Ethan's Adventure. They're doing maximum damage now. That's not good. And they can knock out my Joltik. This is not going well. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Doing that allows me to knock out both their Lavas in one hit. Now, I hope they don't have your candy, but we can Crispin, get a water, and I guess a psychic. We're gonna try to go... No, I think we go consistent. Let's just do this anyways. It doesn't matter. We're probably shuffling it back in. Because if we get an... Or we have ends planned, so we can do this twice. If we leave this here. Trencher Pump. Yes, shuffle the energy. Knock out both these Lavas. We'll shuffle these ones back. And we'll do damage. Hopefully they don't run Shaman. Hopefully they don't run Rare Candy. But they did get rid of all these Ethan's Adventure, meaning their way of finding Typhlosion and energy is hard. You know, I haven't looked at Ethan's Typhlosion decks in a while, but I forgot that card existed for this deck. Oh, they have the Rare Candy. Nice. Oh, they have the Sacred Ash, too. They have everything! And they have their Dunsparce to draw a few more cards on their way out. They have the Buddy Poffin. Okay, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. I'm guessing they don't run Shaman, but this is not going well. I think we need a couple of pieces to make this work. Let's get a Meowth down. I don't like any of these options. What do we do here? Could try to Fez draw, or we can guarantee it. Feel like we have to go for Fez. Fez. Two of these guys. Let's get an Iron Leaves in case we really need it. Actually, we can attack with Iron Leaves, and I know that sounds really bad, but we can attack with Iron Leaves. Do I bench the Kangaskhan to give them an out? I feel like it's worth it since they need to search for a bit more. Do this and this so that we don't have to take away from the Pikachu to attack. Can also special red card them. I forgot about that part. And then we can Prism Edge. Okay, we're actually kind of in a good position here. It's not like the best position, but it's like a whole lot better than last game. They do have the Shaman. They do have the boss. Do they have game? They do not have game. Okay, we can attack again. We can thin the deck out of this Galvantula. Can run errands. Area 0. A bit more bench space. Attach to the Kangaskhan. And we can boss up that Cyndaquil with the Brave Bengal, since that's a lot harder to get back and search out. Is there a world where we, like, actually get close to winning this? Honestly, I probably should have taken out the Shaman. Like, that was probably the better place that I could have an out to win next turn, but... Did this red card actually, like, do something? We do need the energy to attack, because I would really like to boss out and knock out the Cyndaquil. They conceded. We won against Ethan's Typhlosion. Oh. I feel like I didn't get to show off a lot of this deck, especially since I played against 2 Typhlosions, so I might make another video with this deck. But until then, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.